crucial to nurture and award this greatness in every scientific idea that students have with firm belief in research. During Research Day even on 13th April 2018, Honorable President Shri Kalmegh declared Research Award of Rs 1,11,111 each on 22nd February 2019 and 16th March 2019. The Faculty Alumni Category Award was accorded by DCI President Honorable Dr. Dibyendu Mazumdar, and the Student Research Cash Award was conferred by Padmavibhushan Honorable Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar. The award function was presided over by Padmavibhushan Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma and Padma Shri Honorable Professor Dr. G.D. Yadav. During this event, Honorable President Sir declared the years from 2018 to 2028 as the glorious decade of research and innovation in healthcare. As we were due for the second edition of Research Awards due to the pandemic, where 3 more Research Cash Awards, namely Padmavibhushan Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar Award for Best Patent in Oral Healthcare, Pari Fortune Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav Award for Best Corporate Connect Research in Oral Healthcare, and Dr. G.B. Shangpolkar Award for PG student, each of Rs 1,11,111 were instituted, in addition to the previous 2 awards. Subsequently, due to the COVID pandemic, the second and third Research Award ceremony were held collectively on 28th April 2022. The function was presided over by Honorable Shri Nitinji Gadkari. Thank you, sir. Next, I would like to request our Dean, Dr. Deepak Nagpal, to welcome our Honorable Chief Guest, Padmavibhushan Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar, with flowers, shawl, Shrifal, and memento. He is the President of the Indian National Science Academy and Global Research Alliance and Chairperson of the National Innovation Foundation of India. He is also the Chancellor of Institute of Chemical Technology and Geo Institute, Mumbai. Thank you so much, sir. Now I request Dr. Sanjay Patil to welcome Honorable Shri Shrikant Badve, Chairman and Managing Director at Belreese Industries Limited, formerly known as Badve Engineering Limited, also is a member of Maharashtra Economic Advisory Council, with flowers, shawl, Shrifal, and memento. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Arun Sajunar, Professor and Head of the Department, Periodontics and Member LMC, to welcome our guest of honor, Honorable Padma Shri Professor Dr. G.D. Yadav, former Vice Chancellor, Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, with flowers, shawl, Shrifal, and memento. He is also the Chief of Juries at today's events. Thank you, sir. Now I request Dr. Manisha Nagdeve, HOD Department of Biochemistry, Member LMC, to welcome Honorable Professor Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra, former Chairman of Postgraduate Education Committee and Academic Council of Medical Council of India, and Co-Chairman of Department of Bioethics Education, UNESCO, with flowers, shawl, Shrifal, and memento. Thank you. Now I request Dr. Juzer Rasul, Professor and Head of the Department, PhD, and Member LMC to welcome Shri Shrikant Deshpande, Senior IAS Officer, Chief Electoral Officer, State of Maharashtra, with flowers, shawl, and Shrifal. Thank you, sir. Next, I request Honorable Secretary, sir, Shri Hemanji Kalmegh, to welcome Anirudh Pandit, sir, with shawl, bouquet, and Shrifal. Thank you. Now I request Rahi Kulkarni to welcome our jury member, Dr. Man Singh Pawar. Next, I request Bhakti Randive to welcome Mr. and Mrs. Hazare sir and ma'am with a floral bouquet. Next, I request Anushka Tiwari to welcome Dr. Jayashree Hegde ma'am with a floral bouquet. We also welcome all other jury members who are online with us. Moving ahead, now I would like to request our Dean, Dr. Deepak Nagpal, for the welcome address.
Shallow man believe in luck. Strong man believe in cause and effect. This fortune to meet the renowned stalwarts is because of the strong pillar of our institute that we have blessings of the presence of Honorable Padmavibhushan Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma sir, Honorable Padmavibhushan Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar sir, Honorable Padmavibhushan Professor G.D. Yadav sir, Honorable Shri Shrikant Badve sir, Honorable Shri Shrikant Deshpande sir, our dear mentor and guiding star, Honorable Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra sir, Honorable Shri Arun Lakhani sir, Honorable Shri R.M. Singh sir, and our foundation pillars, Honorable Shri Sharad Kalmegh sir and Shri Hemant Kalmegh sir. I also, very behalf of the institute, welcome Anirudh Pandit sir. Life isn't about finding yourself. Life is creating about yourself. Under this seeding idea and its implementation, our prestigious institute, the identity of the institute has been described by this research award, which is reflected by almost 130 research papers received from across the country, reflecting that our digging is on the right path. What stands ahead, the future remains uncertain. But definitely, the only path ahead, what we have learned, that research and innovation can make us sustain all the thunders ahead. We all know a well-known quote that even kings and emperors with heaps of wealth and vast dominance cannot be compared with an ant filled with love of God, Guru, the Parmeshwar. जिस व्यक्ति को एक अच्छा गुरु प्राप्त हो जाता है, उस व्यक्ति का भविष्य साकार होना लगभग तय हो जाता है. Nothing can be bigger than this, that we have blessings of the gurus and the presence of renowned stalwarts for this occasion. We are truly blessed. On behalf of the Institute, I take the privilege of heartily welcoming all for this prestigious occasion. I would like to reflect one thing which I have learned from my Honorable President Sir. कर्म कर, फल की चिंता मत कर. सच्चाई की राह में सब्र का होना बहुत ज़रूरी है. And नेकी कर और दरिया में डाल. So in this context, I welcome all for this prestigious research awards. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. With great honor and pride, we are commemorating and celebrating the 90th birth anniversary of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh ji, Silver Jubilee of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Pratishthan, completion of 16 glorious years of our Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, and 4th edition of Research Award Ceremony. This is the 25th Jubilee of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Pratishthan, a trust that memorializes the leading ideals, unmatchable values, and firm principles of the iconic and eminent academic figure, Swargiya Shri Dadasaheb Kalmegh ji. Through this Pratishthan, his exceptional vision, sagacious perspective of life, and prodigious work lives on and is passed on to the generations to come and serves as a medium for them to implement his phenomenal aura. Under the edges of this sacrosanct Pratishthan, our institute, Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, was established with the mission to provide quality healthcare education, creating dental professionals who are globally competent, concerned, compassionate, and committed to research and healthcare of the society at affordable cost. Since its inception, the institution has committed to provide excellence and prioritize the exposure of its students to the best academic and clinical experiences and ingenious concepts of the leading practitioners and lecturers from all across the world, and is undergoing a constant evolution by bringing the latest technologies and standardized reference study material to the doorstep of the students. To mark this grand occasion of 90th birth anniversary of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh ji, completion of 16 glorious years of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, and Silver Jubilee of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Pratishthan, we would like to introduce our 3 new logos. We request Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma to please unveil the logo. Thank you so much, sir. We all had a moment. Moving ahead, a man of strong opinions, technocrat, strong believer in research, entrepreneurship, and education. Our Honorable Founder, President Sir, who greatly values intellectual possibilities and above everything, who has taken Dadasaheb's mission ahead, such that we are here at the 25th Jubilee of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Pratishthan. We sincerely request you, Sir, to please address the gathering.
मैं वहीं से चालू करना चाहूँगा। 16 मार्च 2019 16th March 2019, when all our guests were present for the first edition of Research Award. 4 years have passed. And again on 18th of March 2023. So like in the TV serials, we have recap. So I'll just recap in 30 seconds. The serial wise, उस दिन मैंने कहा था, कोई मुझसे पूछे कि जिंदगी कैसी जी जाती है, और मैंने कहा था जिंदगी जी जाती है जो हमारे गेस्ट है, रिस्पेक्टेड प्रोफेसर MM शर्मा सर, प्रोफेसर माशेलकर सर, प्रोफेसर GD यादव सर, डॉक्टर वेद प्रकाश मिश्रा सर. मैंने कहा था 100 PhDs, 1 PhD, I am sure all my professors, they must not have signed any PhD thesis without checking every comma and full stop. The content is far off from there. 100 PhDs, 1 PhD is equal to 5 years. 500 years, sir, आपने जी लिया इस जिंदगी में. हजारों साल आप जीते रहे. Then I said, none of us were really aware what's going to come our way just in a year from there. The pandemic. The pandemic, whatever the government new policies, the rating agencies, the accrediting agencies, has suddenly put onus on research, innovation, incubation, entrepreneurship. And in 4 years, it has just got charged all over the country. 60 years, our guest visualized it then, 60 years back. They are doing all these things from then, from decades. What we are hearing now. Moving on from there, and we stand here for the 4th edition. Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra sir, amazing, astonishing, rare exception. If I am asked by somebody as to how you connect these 4 words only in one word and utter one word and tell us that all these 4 things are visible there. Amazing, astonishing, rare and exception. It is none other than our guest today, Shri Shrikant Badve. My then senior, Professor Pandit sir, and the present Vice Chancellor of ICT. I still remember his, those images when we were together. He was my senior and he was doing PhD. Actually, it traces of that what focus is all about and what I keep on telling our students again and again. I think he was my first example in ICT, from whom I learned he focused. Even if he used to walk, anybody could feel that something is going on in his mind. He has made a surprise visit today. He was not, but he was here only and he called. That's what ICT taught us. He did not think that whether I should go or not. He just called me, I am here only. all members of jury, Dr. Mansingh Pawar sir, Dr. Mr. and Mrs. Hazare, they don't need any introduction, they have been here. Dr. Shri Hegde is our first professor and head of the Department of Endodontics. I will only say that at that particular time, getting professor in endo, I don't know how painful it was. Maybe Hemant can explain it better than me. She stood with us that time in 2007. So friend in need is friend indeed. This is how I will talk about Dr. Shri Hegde. My friends, to Satish, who are the vice president, Satish Chintalwar, Satish Lade, Sanjay Chaugule, all on dais, my colleagues, everybody in audience, the students, the interns, the postgraduate, everybody. 90th birth anniversary celebration, 16 glorious years of the college, 25th year celebration of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Pratishthan, and 4th research award. So all put together we are here, all of us. If I start talking the history and everything, it will take, lot of time. So while describing this entire journey, I will just talk a few landmarks and what exactly the success is to all my students. If I am asked, I will say starting postgraduate courses ahead of schedule, even before our first batch had passed out in 2011, is one landmark in the journey of this college, in the journey of Pratishthan. Getting Prime Minister Fellowship in 2020 in a joint venture with ICT Mumbai, the MOU signed with Yadav sir first, and then it was sent it was nominated for Prime Minister's Fellowship and awarded just before the pandemic, February 2020, is another landmark I would like to mention. And starting PhD courses as early, in maybe 12th or 13th year of operation is another landmark I will mention. On the way, sir was talking to me about the merits, the gold medals, as to how the students are doing. And I told sir that, sir, it is a regular practice. 2009, one of our jury members who is not present today, it started with her and all our alumni in 2009. And sir, I think we have the highest number of gold medals and topper positions in MUHS, to the best of my knowledge, with good result percentage all over. Great. Gold medals and toppers and recognition and all whatever we come across in this journey. However, if I have to describe success, sir, if you ask anybody in Nagpur as to what this college is all about, Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, and everybody will tell you, sir, वो college नहीं, वो school है. This is success to me. We are in the competitive era in dentistry of getting admissions. It's not the way it used to be maybe 20 years back. Sir, believe me, I have never advertised for anything for admissions. All the admissions done in this college, you can ask anybody who are sitting here or outside our undergraduates, postgraduate. They will tell you कि मेरे नेबर की मौसी की लड़की यहाँ है, उसने बताया यही कॉलेज में एडमिशन लेने की. Everybody will tell you like this. I had mentioned in 2006, sir, in my first address, that all my students and the alumni, you are going to be my brand ambassadors. And they have gone beyond that, sir. That is success to me. Respected Sharma sir, yesterday during our dinner, he was telling as to how our country, our state, they are progressive in the women's development and all. Sir was mentioning to me. We all were there, Sanjay, Shrikant. Sir, you will be surprised, but even if you have a look at my students and the ones who were outside, sir, dentistry is already taken over by women, sir. If anybody asks me, I will say if women have taken over dentistry. 80% are girls, the faculty is also predominantly all ladies. So this is the best example, sir. And we have been part of that evolution. We have Shrikant Deshpande with us today on dais. Senior IS officer, almost of the rank of Chief Secretary. His journey with us, he has been guiding us even in the past also. Because I am not a politician, all of you know. I told that if I have to enter Mantralaya at 10:30, I have to first arrange for my pass. So my journey starts from there. Shrikant has been always a constant friend of this college. This is his second visit. He is our Chief Electoral Officer of State of Maharashtra. He has been with us throughout this journey. Sir, to conclude, I will not conclude this without mentioning that I was given an award last time by ICT as a distinguished alumni for extramural category. It was an online program and Professor M.M. Sharma spoke. He was not actually scheduled to be addressing, but maybe whatever he felt, he spoke about me. The award I got ICT when Professor Mashelkar sir is the Chancellor. I was nominated by Professor Yadav sir and Professor Maske. I got it when Professor Pandit sir is the Vice Chancellor of ICT. And sir talking about me, then Ved Prakash Mishra sir always talks. He may not talk about me, but otherwise in person, whatever he tells me. This is the biggest certificate of my life. Awards and all these things, मैंने कभी सोचा नहीं था. सर, इससे बड़ा कोई सर्टिफिकेट नहीं है. ना मैं इसके बाद जिंदगी में कभी अपेक्षा करता हूँ किसी अवार्ड की. But what ICT gave me that award, that is the biggest thing that happened, which is for everybody of all of them who are here. With this, I will conclude, and we will listen to all our dignitaries, all their views on everything. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. Today, we have with us Honorable Shri, Shrikant Deshpande, who completed his engineering at a very young age, got selected for IAS and did his MBA from IIM on deputation. He was overseas on UN mission for several years. It is my pride to welcome sir to address the gathering.
सगळ्यांना नमस्कार. जी किती मोठा योगायोग आहे की दादासाहेब काळमेघ यांचा हा 90 जयंती वर्ष आहे. 90वे प्रतिष्ठानचं 25वं हे वर्ष आहे आणि ह्या कॉलेजचं हा 16वं वर्ष आहे. आणि अशा प्रसंगाला मी इथे उपस्थित आहे. मला आपण बोलवलं शरदने. आय एम रिअली थँकफुल. डायसवर मोठे मोठे मान्यवर उपस्थित आहेत. आणि सगळ्यात गोष्ट चांगली म्हणजे माझे गुरुजन आहेत आणि त्यांच्यासोबत या कार्यक्रमाला मला उपस्थित राहण्याचा योग आला. प्रोफेसर शर्मा, प्रोफेसर माशेलकर, प्रोफेसर यादव, वेदप्रकाश मिश्राजी, प्रोफेसर पंडित आणि उद्योग जगतामध्ये ज्यांनी नाव कमावलेलं आहे मोठं ते श्रीकांत बडवे साहेब, इकॉनॉमिक काउन्सिलचे सदस्य आहेत. म्हणजे मला असं वाटतं की एक मोठं विजडम आज इथं उपस्थित आहे या हॉलमध्ये सुद्धा. या हॉलमध्ये सुद्धा अत्यंत मोठे प्रसिद्ध अकॅडमिशियन्स आहेत, मोठे मोठे व्यक्ती आहेत, विविध क्षेत्रातले आहेत. जेव्हा मी आफ्रिकेमध्ये काम करत होतो संयुक्त राष्ट्रसंघामध्ये, तर तिथल्या काही मी गोष्टी शिकलो. आणि प्रत्येकाचं नाव आपल्याला घेता येत नाही, म्हणून ॲड्रेस करताना फक्त एवढं म्हणायचं की ऑल प्रोटोकॉल ऑब्झर्व्ड. एवढं म्हटलं की सगळे त्याच्यामध्ये आले आणि मी आज तेच म्हणतो, ऑल प्रोटोकॉल ऑब्झर्व्ड. आणि त्याच्यामध्ये मी एक छोटासा कोणीतरी आहे, कारण माझ्यापेक्षा वरिष्ठ खूप अनुभवी लोक या हॉलमध्ये आहेत. ICTचे संस्कार घेऊन आम्ही जेव्हा बाहेर पडलो तेव्हा मला एक गोष्ट सांगायची आहे की ICTचे विद्यार्थी जसे केमिकल इंजिनिअरिंग, केमिकल टेक्नॉलॉजी आघाडीवर आहेत, तसेच अनकन्व्हेन्शनल एरियामध्ये सुद्धा आघाडी आहे. इंडस्ट्री सेक्टर घ्या, गव्हर्नन्स घ्या, पब्लिक ॲडमिनिस्ट्रेशन, बऱ्याच गोष्टी आपण पाहतो की ICTमधले बाहेर पडून केमिकल इंजिनिअरिंगच्या व्यतिरिक्तसुद्धा मोठ्या मोठ्या क्षेत्रामध्ये काम करून चांगलं कंट्रीब्युशन करणारे अनेक लोक आपण पाहतो. मला वाटतं एक सोशल कॅपिटल जनरेट करण्याचं महत्त्वाचं योगदान ICTचं आहे असं मला वाटतं. आणि हे मोठं योगदान प्रत्येक कॉलेजनी, प्रत्येक विद्यापीठाने करावं अशी खरं म्हणजे अपेक्षाही असते. यात तयार होणारे डॉक्टर्स कदाचित डॉक्टर पेशामध्येच राहतील असं नव्हे, तर सोशल सेक्टरमध्ये सुद्धा रिलेव्हंट ह्याच्यामध्ये ते काम करून कंट्रीब्यूट करू शकतील आणि ती क्षमता आहे. शरद, ही इज माय व्हेरी क्लोज फ्रेंड, अतिशय जवळचे मित्र आहेत. त्यांचा प्रवास जो आहे तो मी जवळून पाहिलेला आहे. त्याने एक अनोखा मार्ग निवडलेला आहे आणि असं कॉलेज उभारावं, एखादी संस्था उभारावी आणि त्याच्यामध्ये प्रगती करावी, तर हे कशासाठी करतात हे असं मी बऱ्याच वेळेला त्याला विचारलं की सगळं सोडायचं, इंजिनिअरिंग सोडायचं, सगळं सोडायचं आणि ह्या मार्गाने का तुम्ही आलात. तर मला वाटतं दादासाहेबांचं जे मिशन आहे आणि त्यांच्याबरोबर त्यांनी जे दिवस घालवले आणि त्याच्यातून जे शिकले त्याच्या हे संस्काराचं फलित आहे असं मला मनापासून वाटतं. आणि म्हणून या क्षेत्रामध्ये सुद्धा दुसरी गोष्ट, हे कॉलेज इतर कॉलेजपेक्षा वेगळं आहे. आणि हे वेगळं पण कशात आहे, तर हे वेगळे पण कॉलेजमधले डॉक्टर्स निर्माण करणे, पोस्ट ग्रॅज्युएट डॉक्टर्स निर्माण करणे याच्यावर ते थांबलेलं नाही आहे. तर त्याला त्यांनी संशोधनाची जोड दिलेली आहे. आणि ह्या संशोधनाची परंपरा ही फार मोठी देणगी आहे असं मला वाटतं. आणि फार कमी कॉलेजेस अशा पद्धतीचे संशोधनाचं व्रत घेऊन संस्था चालवतात किंवा अकॅडमिक इन्स्टिट्यूशन चालवतात. मला वाटतं हे वेगळेपण निश्चित कौतुकास्पद आहे. खरं म्हणजे मी एक स्वार्थी भूमिकेतनं या कार्यक्रमाला आलो की माझ्या गुरुजनांचं बोलणं, त्यांचे विचार मला स्वतःला ऐकायला मिळावेत. म्हणून मी जेव्हा विचारलं की मी खालीच बसणार आहे, खालून वर येऊन मी भाषण केलं असतं, मला तिथं बसायची खरं हे नाही आहे, पण त्यांनी आग्रह धरला. सो आपण जसे सगळे उत्सुक आहात मोठे दिग्गज गुरुजनांचे विचार ऐकायला. तेवढाच मी आहे एवढंच बोलतो आणि माझे 2 शब्द संपवतो. थँक्यू.
Thank you so much, sir. We have with us Honorable Professor Dr. G.D. Yadav, sir. He is one of the topmost, highly accomplished engineering scientists in India. He currently holds the title of Emeritus Professor of Eminence and J.C. Bose National Fellow in Institute of Chemical Technology and serves as the Adjunct Professor at University of Saskatchewan, Canada, RMIT University, Melbourne, Australia, and Conjoint Professor, University of Newcastle, Australia. He has been bestowed with the prestigious Padma Shri in 2016 and has been elected in the US National Academy of Engineering along with Elon Musk, Satya Nadella, N. Chandrasekharan, and Sanjay Malhotra. In the survey of Stanford University, the top 2% of those in the world are honored. Professor Yadav is the highest ranked in India in physical chemistry, which is within top 0.2% of the world scientists. He has also been affiliated as a member of Apex Council of Indian Oil R&D Expert Advisory Committee, ONGC Energy Center, Maharashtra Government's Expert Committee on National Education Policy 2020. We are privileged to have such a prominent personality with us today. We kindly request Sir to please share his words of wisdom with us.
Thank you. My Guru, Padmavibhushan, Professor M.M. Sharma, my Chancellor and mentor and my Guru Bandhu, Padmavibhushan Dr. Mashelkar, the chief guest of today's function, Shri Shrikant Badve, Professor Ved Prakash Mishra, my ICT student and IS officer and Chief Electoral Commissioner, Shri Shrikant Deshpande, my successor and good friend, Professor Anirudh Pandit, the creator of this great institute, Sharad and Hemant Kalmegh, Dr. Nagpal, Dr. Lakhani, invited guests, members of media, ladies and gentlemen. I am indeed very happy to be here with you, and it is a coincidence that 8 of the distinguished alumni of ICT Mumbai are here right now. So, very interesting. 7 are on the dais, 1 is off the dais. And quite incidentally, that 8 number has another meaning. That is, 8% of India's GDP is created by ICT alumni. Can you believe it? It's a small place. It's a small place. We were only 16 acres. Now we have 2 more campuses. But that is the creativity of ICT, and our graduates are everywhere. Like Shrikant is in IAS, government service, and Sharad has started this college. So that shows the versatility of ICT. And these days, everybody is talking about RRR and NATU. You see so many videos coming every day. For me, RRR is research, recreation, and rejoice. To do research, that is what Sharad is doing. He instituted these various awards to promote research, which is unheard of in, forget about, dental college, no, medical college also does it. Hardly anybody is doing research. They are doctors, medical doctors, but they are not the earned doctors. Many of them are not that. So, and you will not find many of them being fellows of the National Academy, very few of them. And this NATU, I have this abbreviation. It is novelty, accessibility, and technology unlimited. And that is what you people are supposed to do. Because technology, that NATU, I am giving another meaning to that NATU. I don't know, NATU is dancing, am I right? Yeah, so we can dance now. So in particularly in dental college, my personal belief is that dentistry is something to do with mouth, so we should use our words carefully. Otherwise we could be in trouble. and it is materials. So it is most of the research in dentistry is related to materials, novel materials, resins, metals, bimetals, multimetals, name it. So you should have collaboration, Sharad, with some materials research laboratories, maybe government laboratories, maybe, like high energy materials people are there. Materials, there are many materials laboratories and institutes like IIC Bangalore and IIT Kharagpur and Madras and whatnot. You should have something that. Another is very important to me is the non-invasive technologies. Looking at the face of the person, can you predict he will be suffering from this? Or even if somebody smiles, I used to say this jokingly, if you smile and traveling by Mumbai train, there may be a dentist who will catch you and charge you for that. Because you are smiled and you say, okay, your teeth are yellow, or you are chewing tobacco. So, and if you can predict the people from the smile, what sort of diseases they are suffering from, okay, whether it is sweat or saliva or something else, or the air which we inhale and breathe out, that will be the great technological advance. Why we should pierce our fingers every day and find out the sugar level, right? Can we not do it with saliva? And these technologies are available. That is what you should do. And your students, one of the things which you should do, which you should promote, like you are promoting research, you have created awards in our names, is internship in various laboratories across the world. It is not just, and they should not be in dental colleges. I'm telling you that. They should be diverse from dental colleges and sent somewhere else. Like for example, you use a lot of resins. So why not they doing some internship in chemical industry or somewhere else or metallurgical lab? They should do that. And in fact, there is one program which I am very fond of, and I help some of our students to go to MITAX, which is in Canada. They have 10,000 scholarships for Indians, where the student can spend 3 months in that laboratory. Anywhere they go, they are paid to and fro, and also given the stipend there, and they are preferred for higher education. 10,000 scholarships, but you have to apply before October. So remember, in fact, I told to your colleagues that this MITAX is a good program. There are many others. There are in France, there are in Germany, or everywhere across the world. So I think you should promote this activity among your students because you have started research. Normally, people don't do research. They are interested in making money. In research, you are giving money. You are doing exactly opposite. You are doing exactly opposite. So that is what I like what Sharad is doing. And he's so hospitable. My God, he puts us on high pedestal. I don't think we deserve that, Sharad. But you are so humble and, very receptive and hospitable and affectionate. And every time we come here, you will touch our feet. Actually, it is overwhelming. That is really what you call in Marathi संस्कार. तुमचे संस्कार खूप चांगले आहेत. आणि दादासाहेबांच्या 90व्या जन्मदिनी तुम्ही हा जो कार्यक्रम आयोजित केला आहे त्याच्याबद्दल तुमचं कौतुक. कारण हीच खरी स्मृती. तुमच्या फक्त नावामध्ये स्मृती नाही, ती चालवतात तुम्ही. And so you should be one of the best rated college, not within the Maharashtra Health Sciences University, but outside. And my personal belief is that you should become autonomous. I don't know how you will do that, but you should be an autonomous college. And you will have cross-disciplinary subjects. You can have minor and major. Suppose you are doing some dental, why not have something in Ayurveda also, along with that, a minor in Ayurveda? Or minor in homeopathy, whatever. That you can do if you are autonomous. If you are part of some khichdi university, it never happens. I'm sorry to use that khichdi, because they don't worry about the quality of education. They are worried about conducting examination and passing the students and giving certificates. That is not the job of the university. Job of the university is innovation. And you have to incubate, and some of your graduates should become entrepreneurs related to dentistry or whatever, or material science. That is my personal belief. Ladies and gentlemen, you have come here to listen to the great stalwarts who are sitting on this dais. I'm also a student of them, so I believe this is a great day. It's a very great day. And for me, it is particularly a great day because there is an award which is in my name. I don't know why Sharad thought that award should be in my name. But there is another one in Bhubaneswar right now. 18th March is the foundation day of the campus which I created at Bhubaneswar. There is an award in my name which is called Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav Oration, Foundation Day Oration Award. That is right now happening there right now. So I cannot be at two places unless I clone myself. So ladies and gentlemen, for me it is a very momentous occasion. I am very grateful to all of you for listening to me. Thank you very, very much. And I would say, people like Sharad, they say na Jeevet Sharadashatam. They should live long and they should serve the society. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. And thank you for introducing us to the new RRR. Next, we have with us Honorable Professor Anirudh Pandit. He is the Vice Chancellor of Institute of Chemical Technology, Mumbai, with multiple and diverse research interests. He has to his credit 34 patents, 427 publications with 21,727 citations as per Scopus 2022. He has guided more than 94 master students and more than 61 PhD students. In addition to this research contribution, Professor Pandit has contributed to innovation in teaching at graduate and undergraduate levels. We are privileged to have such an eminent personality with us. I request Honorable Professor Anirudh Pandit to please address the gathering.
Thank you. Thank you for a very generous introduction. I didn't know I was going to speak, but anyway, since I'm a teacher, whenever asked to, I have to. My guru, my guru's guru, my advisor in the order, Professor M.M. Sharma, Professor Dr. Mashelkar, my colleague and good friend, Professor G.D. Yadav, Sharad, my friend from my graduating days or post-graduating days, all those who are sitting on the dais, Professor Ved Prakash Mishra, I just heard him in the morning. We were together at some other place as well, and he gave an outstanding speech. I don't want to stand between you and the stalwarts who are sitting and waiting. You are all waiting to listen to them. I would just like to convey a couple of things. This is my second visit to the college. I did visit you earlier and gave a talk to the faculty about how important research and innovation is. And now we are celebrating today the kind of research and through these awards which have been instituted in the names of these stalwarts. This is a step in the right direction. It is definitely going to motivate many more who will take up research and implementation of the research which is necessary for the society. And I am sure today's function as well as the motivation which you all receive is also going to be noted in the G20 event which is happening in Nagpur from 21st of March. So I was given an opportunity to say something. I would just like to wish the college and Sharad and Hemant that please continue doing the good work which you are doing. And we at ICT are always available and always in support with the initiatives and efforts which are taken up by our alumni, and we would like to see ICT alumni flourishing, and whatever is within our means, we assure you that all those support will be available to you. Please go ahead, march with the fullest of the potential and try to reach the sky if you can, but keep attempting it. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir, for your encouraging words. We have here with us Honorable Professor Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra, who is presently the National Head of the Academic Program of Indian UNESCO Chair in Bioethics, Haifa, is an illustrious member of the medical fraternity, well known not only in India but also overseas. He has been conferred with the highest academic distinction of DSc by 6 health universities in the country in recognition of his selfless services to the cause of medical education at the national and international level. He has the distinction of being recognized as Professor Emeritus, Professor of Eminence, and Professor of Excellence with 5 health sciences universities in the country. He has held every position in healthcare at state, national, and international levels, such as Chairman of the Postgraduate Medical Education Committee in Medical Council of India, Chairman of the Finance Committee, Member of the Executive Committee, and Chairman of the Academic Committee. An orator, debater, indeed, an apostle of a tall order whose legacy cannot be expressed in words. We are truly honored to have such a renowned person with us and blessed to hear him, sir. We request you to please address the gathering.
Honorable three Adhunik Rishis of independent India, respected Padmavibhushan Dr. M.M. Sharma sir, respected Padmavibhushan Dr. R.A. Mashelkar sir, respected Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav sir, esteemed Shri Badve ji, Shrikant ji, the illustrious brothers Hemant Kalmegh, Sharad Kalmegh, esteemed dignitaries on and off the dais, and Dr. Shrikant, protocol observed. I am not here, ladies and gentlemen, in any formal capacity as either guest of honor, this or that. I am here to record my sense of unconditional gratitudes and to salute the fond memory of a legendary figure who has been a lifelong mentor to me, whose footsteps I am in a position to be absolutely observing and finding on the sands of time as standing milestones, which I take as mariner's compass for me for my life. And that is my guru, my friend, my philosopher, my beacon's light, and a person whose finger I held to walk and I shall continue to hold till last breath of my life, Dadasaheb Kalmegh. Ladies and gentlemen, Dadasaheb's commitment. We talk of the growth, we talk of emancipation. The primary question which I learned to articulate out of his perception, whatever little I was able to understand, की जर शिक्षण हे खऱ्या अर्थानं माणसाच्या उन्नयनाचा विषय असेल तर मग तो शिक्षण मूठभर हातांच्या मध्ये असणं हे संयुक्तिक आहे का? If at all education is a modality of evolution, emancipation, growth and development of human society as a whole, then can education be responsible for generation of classes in the society was a material question which he answered in terms of its deeds and action, that education cannot be only for classes, it has to be for masses, then only education will be in a position to live its purpose. And it is that purpose of Dadasaheb. As a part of 90th birth celebrations of that great visionary, in terms of his memorization in a realistic sense, not out of any formality but out of a commitment to carry and pursue that value ethos, Dadasaheb Smruti Pratishthan, in its 25 silver jubilee years, in terms of a benchmark very rightly and judiciously put across in the form of this prestigious dental school which Sharad is referring to, and rightly so. College is basically a word, Sharad, which is born out of the Latin word collegium, which is a group or a collection of the people. But school is something which is derived out of the word scholastic. Housed under a roof is a school. Therefore, there has never been a college of thought. The parable used is scholars generate a school of thought and not a college of thought. It's in that dimension, ladies and gentlemen, I did not take Sharad's statement as a cavalier statement. I did not get into the humorous or pun part of it. I trust and believe that only schools harbor research, colleges do not. And therefore the essence of this particular functionality, which has been contemplated by Sharad, Hemant and the entire management of this prestigious dental school, this was something which was a natural corollary which was expected to be generating and sprouting out of it. Ladies and gentlemen, let us try to be fostering upon certain few parables if we are really wanting to attain what we intend to. Ultimately, research is nothing but it is the manifestation of the primary instinct which is there in everyone. And that is exactly what is called as jigyasa. The hallmark of education is jigyasa. The purpose of education is jigyasa. But if at all the education's purpose is to be given a meaning, then innovation, newness and new knowledge is the only answer. Research is a responsible, accountable answer for the purposes of mitigation of the jigyasa in the form of ideation to incubation to startup to technology transfer in the modern parlance. I was listening to Shrikant, I was listening to the erudite dispensations made by the previous speakers, and of course, like anybody, I am equally intent and keen on listening to Professor Sharma and of course Dr. Mashelkar. A small book, I am still able to recall a page of that book, which I think speaks for itself of the occasion that we are observing today. And the quote reads, quote, "Not that the apples had not fallen before, but perhaps it was left for Newton to ask why. Not stop thereat, grapple and indulge into it with indulgence and with endurance, resulting in generation of laws of gravitation that ended up in altering the face, facet and future of men and mankind as a whole." What exactly this sentence depicts, ladies and gentlemen? To my understanding, it basically depicts that research is all about, invocation of new knowledge is all about a responsible initiation of an action with a sense of accountability to answer the inquisition, which manifests in the form of only a three-lettered word and which is WHY, a question mark. Learning to answer why that gets generated. Taking this why seriously. Being responsible to this why. Being accountable to this why. And ending up in accountably answering this why, that is exactly the onus of answering the inquisition that you and me are entitled to harbor. It is this inquisition परीक्षा, जिज्ञासा के अभाव में परीक्षाएं नहीं हुआ करती। जिज्ञासु ही परीक्षाओं के अधिकारी होते हैं, और जो लोग जिज्ञासाओं को हार्नेस करने के तरीकों को प्रतिपादित करते हैं, उन्हें ही परीक्षा लेने का अधिकार हुआ करता है। The dimension of jigyasa and pariksha, which is contemplated in terms of and therefore, pariksha is a certification of jigyasa, not in terms of a formal certification of a conferment. It is a conferment of distinction in terms of what we call as generation of new knowledge. The whole saga of human civilization, the whole saga of human development, the whole saga of human growth, in all these years, ladies and gentlemen, if at all it is attributable to one single factor, it is only the answerability to that jigyasa which has resulted in all these developmental propositions. What perhaps imaginative world was not in a position to conceive has turned out to be a matter of reality, and this is exactly what is the contribution through accountable answering of jigyasa. Here is a venture of nurturing that particular jigyasa being answered, jigyasa being tackled, jigyasa being dealt with, jigyasa being harnessed, jigyasa being harbored, jigyasa being catered, jigyasa being chiseled, jigyasa being articulated, and that is exactly what research is all about. Harnessing jigyasa, therefore, is the essence which ought to be the entire purport of the educational system duly supported. If you look at the entire developmental pace of the world, ladies and gentlemen, there are certain serious concerns which we need to tackle for ourselves. I do not know about the others, but with responsibility I am putting across. 1991, the total number of publications in the index propositions in the world in terms of Indian contribution, Mashelkar sir, was 91,000 papers in the year 1991. In the year 2021, that number has doubled and now we are 1,82,000 papers. In 1991, China was less than 10,000 papers. And today, China is 2021, 2,72,000 papers. I am limiting myself to the modern medicinal depiction which as student and which as a person operating on, I am wanting to put across. Ladies and gentlemen, the question is harboring that particular culture, that particular environment, that particular ambience which is expected to be catering to this particular cause. If you look at the entire fundings which are mandated in the context of development of R&D, I am not making any comparisons, but yes, we will have to take note of these things. Turning a blind eye to these realities will never be in a position to make a path for us. American economy size is 16 times that of the Indian size in terms of budgetary propositions. American population is 1/4 of the Indian population as of now. A 16 size large economy has got 3.27% of the GDP on R&D. I do not have the present figure, but I have the figure of 31st of March 2021. Indian allocation out of the GDP on R&D when computed taken together turned out to be 0.79% of the GDP. These are realities. I am not putting that across this as a poser. But the nature of the support, the nature of the ambience creation, the nature of the proposition, we have absolutely small hamlets of excellence in the ocean of mediocrity. Where exactly the picture is to get altered. Therefore, ladies and gentlemen, I am here to bow my head in reverence to the initiative and the effort which has been undertaken by this dental school under the aegis of Sharad and Hemant, that it is worthy of salutation. They did not wait for anybody's help. I am glad, Aniruddha, the way you announced your declaration as the Vice Chancellor of the most leading institution of the country, that here is a hand which is extended into help. This is a bona fidity of collaborating hands for the purposes of picking up people who are doing onto a worthy task, so that we are able to cater to that small little drop, which is the legitimate due to be catered to. But how many such propositions are there? How many such initiatives are there? Excellence is restricted into their citadel without any extended arms is an equal reality. The purport and the dimensions cannot be forgotten, ladies and gentlemen. I am still finding the word which I read ringing into my ears. 1969, when one of the tallest scientists of this country, Dr. R.V. Swaminathan, with whose daughter I have the fortune of working today, with Dr. Soumya Swaminathan. He said, until and unless the laboratories of this country integrate with the land, society shall never be a beneficiary out of the cosmetic and illusory research that is going to be undertaken in a developing society. Here are the challenges of accountability. Translatory research, societal research, transformation into realistic propositions which ultimately will be catering to the cause of the growth and development of the society, equally turns out to be a realistic proposition. It cannot end up in just publications for cosmetic purposes. It cannot end up in the aggrandizement of the scientific temper and temperament of self-aggrandizement. It has to be contributory in nature in terms of its translatory outcome. These are the concerns which need to be, ladies and gentlemen, taken into consideration. There are several problems, but still, I always say, against the hovering clouds, there is a silver lining. And here is a silver lining which I thought I must go to salute. Therefore, in the otherwise the darkened hovering clouds, this dental school, in the name of my mentor, Dadasaheb Kalmegh, really is a silver lining. मी ज्याचं खऱ्या अर्थानं अभिनंदन करायला नाही आलो, मी अभिवादन करायला आलो. आणि म्हणून I am bowing my head in reverence to Abhivadan. This is the work that needs to be carried out. This is the enthusiasm that requires to be catered to. This is the spirit which requires to be kindled to. This is the ignition which is required to be catered to. एक दिन एक टहनी पतवार बनती है, एक चिंगारी दहक अंगार बनती है, जो मिट्टी रौंदी गई बेबस समझकर एक दिन वही मिट्टी मीनार बनती है. It's that spirit and that connotation which I am happy is being enacted and is being lived in practicality. Therefore, salutations to you. In conclusion, ladies and gentlemen, I am a person who visits this campus, Shrikant, on n number of occasions. So therefore, practically, I don't have to deliver a public speech in this gathering. I have always been in private conversation with whatever little onus is in terms of my responsibility as Sharad's elder brother and Dada's adopted son. I have to carry my own responsibilities. And I am happy I am in a position to carry them. But yes, mythologically speaking and realistically speaking, या देशातलं भावनांचं आणि ज्याला आपण म्हणतो कन्सेप्च्युअल फ्रेममध्ये पावित्र्य हे त्रिवेणीचं असतं. त्रिवेणीहून जास्त पवित्र या देशात कुठलीही गोष्ट मानली जात नाही. आणि आज खऱ्या अर्थानं त्रिवेणीचं संगम इथे आपण पाहतो आहोत. Therefore, there could not have been anything more pious, more pure than this occasion. A Triveni of Dada's 90th birthday celebrations 90 years ago. 25 years of Dadasaheb Smruti Pratishthan and 16 glorious years of this college, especially with reference to these research award named after the stalwarts, डॉक्टर यादव आश्चर्य की बात नहीं. All of you are the role models, living role models, who are there to inspire this young generation to get itself motivated. If not be like you, even a semblance of replication of Dr. Mashelkar, Dr. Sharma, Dr. G.D. Yadav is a transcendence to this particular country. And therefore, these are not a commemorative recognitions which are to be extended to stalwarts like you. It is in your name that the generations get definitely inspired and instilled with a passion that yes, हम तेरी इनायत के हकदार न सही, पर वो खाक तो हैं जिसे स्वीकार कर खाकसार बनते हैं. It's in that context, it's the real salutation which has been done to the stalwarts of this country in its own way. Ladies and gentlemen, I on my own definitely would love to record my sense of appreciation, thankfulness and gratitude to Sharad, Hemant and their entire team for espousing this cause as a mark of salutation to the fond memory of tallest of the tall, educationist with a social commitment. And that is the spirit rightly put in that Sharad is pursuing that cause in tandem with Hemant in such a way which is not only exemplary but emulative as well. I salute that and pray God that let them be bestowed with the same courage and conviction to carry this mantle of responsibility with a greater degree of enthusiasm and vitality to serve the cause of Mother India in its own right. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you so much for your strong and powerful words. We have here with us Honorable Shri, Shrikant Badve, who is an exceptional entrepreneur and the brand ambassador of Magnetic Maharashtra Make in India campaign. He is the only recipient of all the 4 national awards from Government of India through Ministry of Industry for entrepreneurship, quality, research and development, and outstanding entrepreneur. With his dynamic leadership, vision and hard work, he has taken the Belries Industries, earlier known as Badve Industries, to great heights, making it a leading automotive manufacturing brand in India. In one of his acclaimed interview, he gave a very pertinent message for the youngsters, stating that when you are at home, you are at risk. When you are just traveling from your house to the factory, you are at risk. When you are in the office, you are at some risk. So there is always a risk. It is a part of life. You cannot avoid risk. And as you take more risk, the reward is there. And I'm sure that through your sincere and dedicated efforts, you will definitely get rewarded today or tomorrow. We are very fortunate to have such a distinguished personality today with us. We now request Sir to please kindly speak a few words.
Good afternoon. Thank you for the nice introduction. Today I am very honored to be on the dais with great personalities. Dr. M.M. Sharma, Padmavibhushan awardee. Dr. Mashelkar, again Padmavibhushan awardee. Padma Shri G.D. Yadav sir, Ved Prakash Mishra ji, IAS officer Shrikant Deshpande, who is our Chief Election Commissioner of Maharashtra State. Dr. Anuruddha Pandit, Vice Chancellor of ICT, earlier known as UDCT, and the host of this today's function, the duo Sharad Kalmegh and Hemant Kalmegh. It is a very proud feeling for me to witness today's award of research and innovation to be bestowed to 5 people. I think it's a right cause in today's time. When I see all of you, my memory goes back when I passed out from my engineering college. I did my engineering in 1987 from a college from Aurangabad, a private college, Jawaharlal Nehru Engineering College. I was never a topper throughout my career, but I was most sincere and dedicated and committed to my cause. Whatever I used to take as a task, I will pursue that till it gets concluded. So when I started my factory in Pune, it was just with 3 workers and I was the 4th person. the turnover of rupees 8,000 per month. Pune being a costly place, and I didn't want it to put any financial pressure to my family. The plot which I was looking in Pune was 5 lakh rupees, and the same plot, maybe a slightly more area, I got in Aurangabad for just rupees 20,000, 25 times cheaper, and I couldn't resist myself to shift to Aurangabad, a place where I did my engineering for 4 years. I again came back to Aurangabad after 1 year. In '88, I came to Aurangabad and started my career over there. Initial years were very tough. Financial pressure, physical pressure, one-man show. So in 1990, I had typhoid. 1991, I had jaundice. I was in the hospital a couple of days. 92, I had a piles operation. I can share with you my 4 years in Aurangabad when I was in the hostel. At that time, Bisleri was not there. This bottled water was not there. We used to have water in the hotel where you can see the fingers in the glass, and we used to have that water. But I never took a crocin. I was never felt sick. With God's grace, I had good health. And those 3 years were terrifying experience for me. So my grandfather was a doctor, and his friend was a family doctor. I asked him, what is going wrong? I have 3 major illnesses in 3 years. He said, it's a body is fighting on 2 fronts, physical and mental. You have to switch off one. Either you work physically and don't think too much, or be in your office but don't exert physically. So don't exert so much. I say, I can't do it. I have to be on the, I am one-man person. But touch wood, after that I could get a good growth. We got good business and we went doing better, and things happened. So my perception is, in the life, sine wave is a wave which shows plus and then minus. So in the life, pluses and minuses is going to be part of your life. Yin-yang energy, again, day and night. So toughness is going to be there. You cannot avoid it. You cannot just say, exclude me, it can't be there. Rather, I will always say, we must pray God to give toughness at the time of your career when you can face it more energetically. When you are old, when you are tired, when you have physical limitations and you have tough challenges, it is much tougher to face, it's much tougher to fight out. But when you are young, a lot of energy, dedication, commitment, you can take any challenge. So I always pray, in the life, please be prepared mentally that you will have tough challenges, you will have tough situations. It is up to you how you overcome them, how you prepare a strategy and find a dodging to that problem. It should not touch you for a longer period. It should not make you out. That is the skill of a person, and that is the most important aspect of life. Today, couple of you are getting awards, but there are many, many more. So my sincere submission to you is that please decide a good goal, good cause, pursue that till its completion. Doctors are always very intelligent. My sister, younger sister, Dr. Sandhya, she is a doctor, and I have seen her studying. As compared to myself, she used to do 10 times of studies. Books with so much of big books and multiple books. When she used to study, I used to feel jealous of myself. That I am lucky that I am not taken as a medical as my profession. Engineering was much easier task. You all are graduate, and getting into a field of dentistry is a good thing. I can share you my young days. So when I was in the school, not school, I was just 7 years old. We know in Marathi, दुधाची दात म्हणतो आपण त्याला. So my teeth were not fallen off, and slowly my next permanent teeth started coming. So I was slightly having a pain. So I told to my father. He says, "Let's go to doctor." We used to stay in Pimpri. So we went to doctor. He says his teeth are very firm, so we need to take them out. So I have to go to the doctor and remove all my early teeth. So first day, my father came with me, but then he was busy into his career, he was busy into his service, so I went alone, and I used to face that injection for the initial thing and then wait for some time and take out the tooth and come back home. So, but I could tell you I went alone and I did all that for a couple of months, and then that was the first thing of my affiliation with doctors. Second, after a couple of years, because of all those things, there was slightly, I was required to put braces. So, because when we did this, it was slightly late. So, I had few teeth which are not aligned properly. So, I had to have braces as a treatment for 2 years, and then that was over. And then third is that after my marriage, and I had my claw was not getting closed properly. So, I said, why it is happening? So, I went to a doctor. He says, your wisdom tooths are coming in between, and you need to remove the wisdom tooths. I say, it's fine. So he says, I asked him, how many? He says, all 4. And so, so that was the third incident. And I removed all my 4 wisdom tooths. And that time I was into peak of my career, peak of challenges. So he asked me, we'll do remove one by one. I say, I don't have time. So believe me, I removed all my 4 wisdom tooths in one go. So that was the, so these are the 3, my interaction with the doctors as a dentist. And I think today is the 4th interaction when I am meeting you and interacting with you. But I can tell you one thing, you are very lucky. You are into a business which is going to be a intention or interest of a common person. See, the life of a person is increasing. Now it has a normal average is 75, 80 years. Everybody wants to look good. We use tie, we use specs, we look very young, we like to be put a lot of powder and all those things. Typically now the case is dentistry. Everybody wants to look good by his face, smiling face. So I'm sure all of you who have chosen this career, you are into the right career. And I'm sure you will grow well. At the same, I remember doctors have careers into multiple things. They become actors, drama, they become in glamour in the films, they become politicians, they become businessmen. I think no area is there where doctors have not touched and conquered. You are getting doctors, I am sure you will choose a career after your passion and excel good in that. I am very sure whatever we do good, when we put focus, we have passion, you get results today or tomorrow. So I really wish that the intention of you getting good career into this place, I have just heard today is 19th birthday anniversary of Dr. Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh, and you are into a fantastic place, a college who has done 16th year of competition and giving these awards. So there is a lot of commitment to you from the management. The wonderful function that we are seeing today. I always feel colleges are not measured by the area of the plot or the area of the building or the area of the laboratory or the skill level of your assets. It is always measured by the professors, the teachers who are there, and the alumni of the college. The good alumni gives a good message. To start with, the teachers are there, they attract the students to come there. We get, oh, he is a teacher over there, I want to learn under him. And after a couple of years, the alumni of the college is a real asset of the college. I'm sure you are tomorrow's alumni and you will bring a lot of laurel and a lot of happiness to the management. I'm very sure. Please understand, you are into a good phase of a country. Our country is going to be with the youth, which is highest energy and dedication. You are part of that. You see innovation is happening across the country. You see startups are happening across the country. So many startups become unicorns. So there is a situation, there is a climate, there is a positive vibes, crowdfunding, venture funding, a lot of opportunities are there. You need to choose a good career and you need to choose a good idea which is scalable, which can become a good commercial viable idea and is going to be good for society. This is all is required for a good startup. And then you need a good mentor who can guide you and make your company, your idea in a unicorn. We have seen so many unicorns happening in last couple of years. I am expecting couple of years down the line, we have a similar function for celebrating a great unicorn idea from the place, the students who are sitting here. This is what I feel, there's a capability of happening unicorns in India. Everything needs hard work. Without hard work, nothing happens. You take a career of politics, hard work is must. We are in Nagpur, and I remember to share one incident with you. As the government of Maharashtra, we are going to New York to get investment into Maharashtra. As a part of Magnetic Maharashtra, I was one of the crew member delegation, and couple of IS people were there, and our chief minister that time, Devendra Fadnavis, was part of us. He was leading the delegation. He was in first class, we were in business class. His wife and his daughter were also there. They were in business class just behind us. And the moment we took off the flight from Mumbai, in couple of minutes, everybody came to know the Chief Minister of Maharashtra. This is in 2016, so couple of 5-6 years before. Everybody came to know the Chief Minister of Maharashtra is traveling in the flight. Believe me, there was a big queue of the people, of the co-passengers meeting him. I saw that when you take a flight is take off, they give you the food, and then you have a sleep, and then you get up in the morning, you have breakfast, and then you land. So this is a journey of around 14 hours. So we have having our lunch, then we went for sleep. When I went to sleep, I could see there was a queue for the people to go and meet him. I went to sleep, I got up in the morning, again there was a queue in our business class for the people to meet him. So there are around 230 seats are there, and the flight was full. So I think everybody met him, and he gave time to everybody. So please understand how many hours he slept. I don't feel he slept more than 2-3 hours. And the more surprising thing is that when we were getting down, he came from first class. We saw he was ready with a bath, with suit, with tie, and we saw while we are ready, he says, I have a meeting with the governor of New York, and I am just heading to the meeting. So from airport directly, he went for the meeting. We were exhausted. We thought of going to the hotel, getting into the room, relaxing for some time, sleeping for some time. We slept for some time, and then we got up ready for the evening function. So if we have a dedicated leader like this, who thinks for the state, who thinks for the nation, I think nobody can stop India to become number 3rd in the world at the GDP. Recently, you must have heard, we have overtaken UK. We are in 6th in the GDP, now we are 5th. And we are at 3.5 trillion US dollar. Next to us is 4.2, which is West Germany. Next to that is Japan, 4.9. The moment we cross 5 trillion GDP, we are going to be 3rd biggest GDP country in the world. I think we are destined to make it happen. We have a strong leadership under leadership of Narendra Modi ji, who has given us a lot of confidence. Atmanirbhar Bharat is the motto we are going to follow. I travel a lot across the country. I am traveling across the country for the last 25, 30 years. The respect which we used to get earlier, there is a big change. A lot of positivity is there, a lot of positive vibes are there. People look at India as a respectful partner, as a respectful country. I think we are not able to get an opportunity which is better than this. So I wish all of you best. Please do good for yourself. Please make your society, your family, your nearby, your country proud. And that is what we are here for that. I really thank you to Kalmegh family who thought of inviting me and got an opportunity to interact with you. So I thank you to them, and I wish you all the best. Thank you very much. Jai Hind, Jai Maharashtra.
Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, from here, we are moving ahead to presenting the Srimati Pramilatai Kalmegh Housing Scheme for non-teaching staff and lecturers. Srimati Pramilatai Kalmegh Housing Scheme. It was announced in the previous edition of Research Award ceremony by Honorable President Shri Sharad Kalmegh. The scheme was declared for the non-teaching staff and lecturers those who have completed 10 years of service in the institution. Under the scheme, they will be awarded some amount in the form of incentive and some amount in the form of interest-free advance. So, the beneficiaries of Srimati Pramilatai Kalmegh housing scheme for this year are Mrs. Swati Bante, Mrs. Aarti Khandale, Mrs. Ashwini Umredkar, Mrs. Surekha Surkar. A big round of applause for all the 4 beneficiaries. Moving ahead, we are awarding the students with 85th birth anniversary celebration student scholarships. In the previous edition of Research Award ceremony, which was held on 28th April 2022, Honorable President Shri Sharat Kalmegh announced a new scheme for the undergraduate students of the institute named as the 85th birth anniversary celebration student scholarship. This scholarship is awarded to our institute students admitted in first BDS who were at top 2 positions in the NEET entrance exam. The scholarship for 2021-2022 batch will be awarded today to Ms. Tanvi Doble, Ms. Rutuja Mankar, Ms. Saida Amra Nazam. As Ms. Amra was admitted in NRI quota, so it was decided that her scholarship will be shared. So now I request Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma to award the credit voucher to Ms. Tanvi Doble. I invite Tanvi Doble on the stage. Thank you, sir. Next, I request Honorable Shri Shrikant Badve to award the credit voucher to Ms. Rutuja Mankar. I request Rutuja Mankar to come on the dais. Thank you, sir. Next, I request Honorable Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar to award the credit voucher to Ms. Amara. I request Ms. Amara to come on the dais. Thank you, dignitaries. Moving ahead, as per the policy of our institute, the university toppers are awarded with cash prizes. Dr. Namrata Khetal was a merit topper in summer 2016 MUHS final year examination, and Dr. Shruti Demapure was a second topper in summer 2016 MUHS final year examination. Dr. Namrata Khetal was awarded with cash prize of 1,11,000 in first edition of Research Award function. As Dr. Shruti Demapure was not available that time, so the prize money of rupees 1,11,000 will be awarded to her today. As Dr. Shruti is in America, I request her brother to receive the award. I request Honorable Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra to present the cash award to her brother. I request her brother to please come on the dais. Thank you, sir. Ms. Snehal Yarne was the university topper in MUH's 2021 examination, which was held in November 2021. She has received gold medal from the university recently. Out of a total fees of rupees 2,60,000, 2 lakhs were already awarded to her for her project. Today, remaining 60,000 will be awarded to her. I request Hon'ble Shri Shrikant Badve sir to present the cash award to Ms. Snehal Yarne. I invite Ms. Snehal Yarne on the dais. Thank you so much. We do not stop. Thank you so much, dignitaries. Apart from awards for academics and research to boost the interest of students in extracurricular activities, our institution also gives sports scholarship to the students. One such scholarship of rupees 25,000 to Ms. Boyer, who is a cricketer, and today scholarship prize of rupees 25,000 will be awarded to Ms. Kanak Jaiswal, who is a national and international level shooting player. To talk about Kanak, she is a gold medalist at the Indonesian Shooting Challenge. I request Honorable Shri Shrikant Deshpande sir to present the sports scholarship to Ms. Kanak Jaiswal. I invite Kanak Jaiswal on the dais. Ladies and gentlemen, we are moving ahead to the most juiciest part of today's award ceremony.
सफलता का कोई मंत्र नहीं होता, यह तो अथक परिश्रम तथा मनुष्य के दृढ़ निश्चय का फल होता है। यदि मार्गदर्शन सही हो तो एक छोटा सा दीपक भी सूर्य से कम नहीं होता।
Moving on to the most juicy part of today's grand celebration, for which we all have gathered here and eagerly waiting for. Let us now commence with the 4th edition of Research Award Ceremony. The applications for the 4th edition of Research Awards were invited from all over the country for 5 different award categories. The submitted research projects were evaluated online by the panel of jury members through a stringent protocol, grading them on the basis of parameters such as originality, innovation, clarity, usability and affordability to the society. Future sustainability and corporate values were included. Top 5 participants in each category were then called for personal interview with the jury. The first category of today's function is Pyrie Fortune Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav Award for Best Corporate Connect Research in Oral Healthcare at national level, named after the father of modern dentistry and our guest of honor, Professor Dr. G.D. Yadav, for his path-breaking contributions in the field of green chemistry and engineering, nanotechnology and energy engineering. To encourage the healthcare and corporate connect, the applications for this award were received from students, academicians and researchers from all the dental institutes of India. This award is sponsored by Vishwaraj Group's Nagpur. The jury members for this award category were Dr. Jayashree Hegde and Professor Shashank Maske. The nominees for the 4th edition Research Award in the category of Best Corporate Connect Research in Oral Healthcare at national level are Dr. Seema Gajare from Manubai Patel Dental College, Vadodara, Dr. Lovelina Francis Delphin from Savita Dental College, Chennai, Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani from Sibar Institute of Dental Sciences, Guntur, Dr. Supriya Kheur from D.Y. Patil Dental College and Hospital, Pune, Dr. Sumit Shende from Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Dr. Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani, Dr. Supriya Kure, and Dr. Snehal Yarne. Now I request Honorable Dr. R.A. Mashelkar sir to click the remote button to declare the winner. I request Dr. R.A. Mashelkar sir to kindly click the remote button. And the Piety Fortune Padma Shri Professor G.D. Yadav Award for the Best Corporate Connect Research in Oral Health Care goes to Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani. A big round of applause for Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani. I request Honorable Professor Dr. G.D. Yadav to present the award memento and a check of rupees 1,11,111 to the winner. Our heartiest congratulations to Dr. Vivekanand Kattimani sir for the splendid achievement.
Actually, I thank all my team members because this is not the award which I alone take, because behind this award I am standing in front of my peers and stalwarts. Actually, I don't know, I just in a review meeting of my research, G.D. Yadav sir is a chairman. So I really honored, and I received the award in his hands. And certainly the product what we are intended to release, it is going to be beneficial to the mankind and the society, and at the end of the day the whole patients. My dream is to have everybody die with a teeth, not without a teeth. So my peers are here, dental college, so I want everybody to give their feedback with using my material to get into the market. So thank you very much for this recognition. This is a recognition really for more than 14 years I am into, and my peers have been recognized, and certainly I hope you will make it. Thank you.
Heartiest congratulations to you, sir. The amount has already been transferred online to you. Heartiest congratulations once again, sir. Moving ahead. The second category of awards is Dr. G.B. Shankwalkar Award for PG students at the state level, sponsored by the teaching faculty of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Nagpur. The award is instituted in the name of Professor Dr. G.B. Shankwalkar, the pioneer in the field of oral health and considered the doyen of Indian periodontics. The jury members for this award category were Dr. Anand Shigli and Dr. Bianca Arya. Dr. Bianca Nazareth from Nagpur, he has done his BDS from GDC Nagpur, MDS in periodontology from D.Y. Patil Dental College. And the nominations are Dr. Vaidehi Avari from Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Dr. Pooja Dhole, Sharad Pawar Dental College, Wardha, Dr. Apurva Jamotkar, Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Dr. Priyanka Gogare, Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Dr. Ranu Oza, Sharad Pawar Dental College, Wardha, Dr. Apurva Salve, Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Dr. Aisha Sheikh, Dr. Faiham Sheikh, Dr. Kalyani Umale, all three are from Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital. And the three finalists are Dr. Vedehi Avari, Dr. Pooja Dhole and Dr. Apurva Jamodkar. I request Honorable Shri Shrikant Badve ji to click the remote button to declare our winner for the category Dr. G.B. Shankwalkar Award for PG students at state level. And the G.B. Shankwalkar Award for the category of PG students goes to Dr. Vedehi Avari. Heartiest congratulations to Dr. Vedehi Avari. I request Honorable Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra sir to present the award, memento and a cheque of rupees 1,11,111 to the winner. The amount has been already transferred. Big congratulations, Doctor. Thank you, sir. The next award category is Padmavibhushan Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar Award for the patent in oral healthcare at national level instituted in the name of India's most eminent scientist. This category is sponsored by Amitasha Enterprises Private Limited, Hingnana. Jury members for this award category were Honorable Professor Dr. G.D. Yadav and Dr. Pushpa Hazare. To talk about Dr. G.D. Yadav, he doesn't need an introduction, we just met him. The nominations for the awards are Dr. Ankit Arora from Manubai Patel Dental College, Vadodara, Dr. Surekha Godbole from Sharad Pawar Dental College, Varda, Dr. Vikrant Jadhav from Sharad Pawar Dental College, Varda, Dr. Preetam Mohanty from Kalmegh Institute of Dental Sciences, Bhubaneswar, Dr. Sachin Sarode from D.Y. Patil Dental College, Pune, Dr. Snehal Garne from Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, and the finalists are Dr. Ankit Arora, Dr. Vikrant Jadhav and Dr. Snehal Garne. I request Honorable Dr. M.M. Sharma sir to click the remote button to declare the winner. And the Padmavibhushan Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar Award for the patent in oral healthcare goes to Dr. Vikrant Jadhav. Heartiest congratulations to Dr. Vikrant Jadhav. I request Honorable Shri Shrikant Badve sir to present the award, memento and a cheque of rupees 1,11,111 to the winner. A big round of applause to the winner. The amount has been already transferred to the winner's name. Once again, heartiest congratulations. The next category of awards is Padmavibhushan Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma Award for UG students at institution level instituted in the name of a professor of great eminence and the doyen of chemical engineering. This category is sponsored by Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Dental College and Hospital, Nagpur. Jury members for this award category were Dr. Priyanka Pudutwar and Dr. Namrata Khetal. To talk about the jury members, they both are alumni of our dental college. The nominations for the award category are Janvi Devendra Chargaonkar, Sanskriti Jambulkar, Kashish Jaswami, Drishti Mahoto and Snehal Garne. And the three finalists for the award category are Dr. Drishti Mahoto, Dr. Khorgaonkar and Ms. Snehal Garne. I request Honorable Dr. G.D. Yadav sir to click the remote button to declare the winner. And the Padmavibhushan Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma Award for the category of UG students goes to all three of them, that is Mrs. Janvi Chargaonkar, Ms. Drishti Mahoto and Ms. Nehal Yarne. What a moment. Heartiest congratulations to all the students. I request Honorable Professor Dr. R.A. Mashelkar to present the award memento and a cheque of rupees 1,11,111 to the winners. Big congratulations to Mrs. Janvi Chargaonkar, Mrs. Drishti Mahoto and Ms. Nehal Yarne.
अब बारी है हमारे गुरुजनों की। एक शिक्षक वह मोमबत्ती है जो खुद को जलाकर अपने विद्यार्थियों के जीवन में उजाला कर देता है। गुरु जैसा ना आसरा, गुरु जैसा ना मीत, गुरु कृपा से पाइए चंचल मन से जीत।
The last category of awards for today's evening is Padmavibhushan Dr. R. Ahmed Research Cash Award for teachers alumni at institutional level, named after the greatest visionary and father of dentistry in India. The nominations for this category are Dr. Pankaj Dayaram Chavan, Dr. Akanksha Kumar, Dr. Priya Mittal, Dr. Apurva Rahalkar and Dr. Ambar Raut. The jury members for the award category are Dr. Mansingh Pawar, Mumbai, BDS and MDS in Conservative Dentistry and from GDC Mumbai, and Dr. Rajiv Borle from Varda, BDS and MDS in Oral and Maxillofacial Surgery. And the three finalists are Dr. Akanksha Kumar, Dr. Priya Mittal and Dr. Ambar Rao. I request Honorable Dr. G.D. Yadav sir to click the remote button to declare the winner. And the Padmavibhushan Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma Award for the category of UG student goes to Dr. Priya Mittal and Dr. Ambar Raut. I request Honorable Professor Dr. Ved Prakash Mishra and Dr. Professor M.M. Sharma to present the award memento and a cheque of rupees 1,11,111 to the winner. Heartiest congratulations to our winners.
राग बजता है, रंग सजता है। जब आप श्रोतागण ताली बजाते हैं तो ऐसा लगता है जैसे जल तरंग बजता है। इन पुरस्कृत विजेताओं के लिए मैं सिर्फ यही कहना चाहूंगी, आंखों में खुशी, लब पर हंसी कम नहीं हो। ये दिन जो आपके जीवन में आया है, इसकी कभी शाम ना हो।
Ladies and gentlemen, we just now witnessed the 4th edition of Research Awards ceremony. Moving ahead, I would like to request our Honorable Secretary Sir, Shri Hemanji Kalmegh, to welcome Shri Shyam Kanyal Sir, Retired Deputy Secretary, Dental Council of India, with a floral bouquet. Thank you so much, sir. Ladies and gentlemen, Honorable Professor Dr. R. A. Mashelkar is one of India's most eminent scientists, known for his critical role in shaping India's science and technology policies. He strongly believes that the flight of imagination has no limits except the one that you put on your own mind. He was the first chairperson of Academy of Scientific and Innovative Research and is the first Indian to be elected as a fellow of National Academy of Inventors, USA. He is the third Indian engineer to have been elected as Fellow of Royal Society, UK. He is also a member of the Scientific Advisory Council to the Prime Minister Cabinet. With more than 50 awards to his credit, he has been conferred with Padma Shri in 1991, Padmavibhushan in 2000, and Padmavibhushan in 2014. Sir is on the board of directors of several reputed companies such as Reliance Industries Limited, Tata Motors Limited, Hindustan Unilever Limited, Genemedics Life Sciences, Indegene Pharmaceutical Limited, ICICI Knowledge Park, Piramal Life Sciences Limited, and also a member of Scientific Advisory Board of Microsoft. Under the able leadership of Sir, CSIR successfully fought the successful campaign against foreign patents on Indian traditional knowledge. We are blessed to have you, sir. Kindly address the gathering.
Thank you. Most revered Professor M. Sharma, my guru, guide, friend, philosopher. Actually, you can call him the maker of Raghunath Mashelkar, Professor Sharma. Shri Shrikant Badve, Professor Ved Prakash Mishra, Professor G.D. Yadav, Professor Anirudh Pandit, Shri Shrikant Deshpande, and Sharad, Hemant, both of you. You have made this happen. This is a very, very special moment of great celebration. I would say, when I look at you, there is a purpose, there is a perseverance, and there is a passion that I see, because of which today we are here. The grand purpose on promoting research, championing research, and then awarding research. I think this is a very unique initiative that you took. And I remember being here when we did it sort of for the first time, and then you expanded it. And today, what a glorious celebration we had. First of all, let us begin by congratulating all the award winners. No, that won't do. I think collective congratulation has to be a massive applause. So let us do that. That is how it is. I always say that a smile and a clap doesn't cost you anything. So when you want to give it in abundance, right? Yeah. That's the first. Secondly, I want to pay my respects to Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh, great educationalist, great visionary, because of whom, in a way, we are here today, in whatever way one can talk about. So I want to pay my grateful appreciation and respect to him. Third, want to congratulate you for the silver jubilee of Swargiya Dadasaheb Kalmegh Smruti Pratishthan, right? You will go on and will do the golden jubilee one day. I will not be here at that time.
Yes, sir, you will be here.
After 25 years. But I'm quite sure the way you are going, this Smruti Pratishthan is going to make a big, big difference to the society. Right? Because we talk about India at 75, India at 50, India at 75, we are going to talk about India at 100. So India at 100 and Smruti Pratishthan's 50 will be at the same time. And I do hope that the Pratishthan will continue to do the great work. I also want to thank you sincerely for naming an award after me, and that too in an area which is very close to my heart, namely intellectual property rights, namely patents. So I want to speak a little bit about patents to start with, and then we can go on. I think for any educational institution, what is very important is education, research, and innovation. Education disseminates known knowledge, what is there in the textbooks. Research creates new knowledge, and innovation converts that knowledge into wealth and social good. And therefore, any top institution in the world, you will find they always have a balance of all these three. And I'm very happy that you are focused on research. 2020, people call it year of pandemic. I don't call it year of pandemic, I call it year of science. Just imagine the way our Indian scientists contributed, whether it is a vaccine, whether it was a diagnostics, whether it was a therapeutic and all that. That would not have come, very frankly, without scientific research. I think that was the time the country realized all the great investments that have been made in science, how they have fructified. You were absolutely right with Prakashji when you talked about the investments in science and technology. I've been myself member of Science Advisory Committee to the Prime Minister for almost 30 years with different governments, different prime ministers and so on. And this particular promise of raising it to 2% was made by all the prime ministers, all the governments, and very sincerely. But steadfastly, it has remained at 0.7%. 30 years ago, it was 0.7%. Today, it is also 0.7%. And with Prakashji, you talked about China. China is around 2.5%, but their economy is 5 times greater. So now you multiply 5 by 2.5, and you can see how far they are investing. Why I'm mentioning this is that this pandemic has shown how science is important, how scientific research is important. We created our own vaccines, right? Covaxin was our own vaccine. And that happened because of the investment that were made several decades ago, all right? So I think that point is very, very important. The importance of research was felt by the common man when this sort of happened. The other point I want to make is the following, that research converts money into knowledge, but innovation converts knowledge into money. Now, many times what we do is that the first thing is done well. We publish papers, we create patents, etc. But at the end of it, for that conversion, basically, you have to use those discoveries, that knowledge, into a final product, so as to say, which is available to the society. And that is where I remember my challenges as far as India is concerned. You know, 1898, Sir J.C. Bose discovered iron mercury, iron coher as a platform for creating wireless. Sister Nivedita went to him and said, you patent it. He said, no, knowledge is universal, it should be available for all. Noble thought. Marconi did it much later. But in all our textbook, what we read, Marconi has discovered wireless. That is not the case. So that was 1898. In 1998, as you remember, I fought some battles like turmeric, basmati. Basmati I fought in 1998. So my friends, from 1898 to 1998, it has been a journey from Bose to basmati. All right. So we create research, and the benefits are sort of taken by other countries. So this is not wrong. Now, why patents become important? Because it is like a house. You have to show your ownership, all right? And unless you show the ownership, the house doesn't belong to you. So similarly, when you do develop new knowledge, you have to show your ownership in order to be able to create wealth out of it, to be able to license it on and whatever. And we're very poor in this. This was our main essence. And partly the fact that until 1991, our economy didn't open up was responsible for it, very frankly. In fact, what happened at that time was that if you see the patent laws, you could copy and survive, basically. Reverse engineering, copying was very, very common. And of course, it had its own benefit, like in drugs. We could copy any new molecule, and that is how we built our generic industry. That is how India is called as the pharmacy of the world. But at the same time, we did not innovate because there were tariff barriers which were so strong that we were fully protected. In 1991, the change came. When we opened up the economy, competition, and so on and so forth, and the change came. I must tell you a little story about not only the importance but the awareness at the highest level. You know, I had coined the word patent literacy. What does patent literacy mean? It means ability to write or read. So you write a patent, you read a patent in such a way you can bypass it, that is the art, but read a patent in such a way, write a patent in such a way nobody can bypass it, but read a patent in such a way that you can create a new sort of creation out of it. So that is a subtle point about patent sort of literacy. And somehow or the other, we are not very good at that. So our patents, even when we wrote, they were bypassed, as a matter of fact. And therefore, it is extremely important that this IPR as an education, as a way of life, is something that we have to sort of promote. I remember once Dr. APJ Abdul Kalam, 1994, he called me and said, come and address DRDO. All 55 directors were meeting in Pune. And what will you talk on? I said, I will talk about fighting it in the marketplace. So he said, what does that mean? I sort of explained to him that now that 1991 has come, we have opened up our economy, we need to sort of do things differently because no tariff barriers now, so our labs have to. So he said, fine. And I remember I introduced him as Mr. Technology of India. I have tremendous respect for him. And then I talked about patent literacy. And then we had made a change in National Chemical Laboratory. I remember in '89, my challenge was that any time we did anything which was ahead of the rest of the world, Indian industry will not take it. They would say, has US done it? Has Europe done it? Has Japan done it? That confidence was not there. So I remember 1989 when I took over, I said, let National Chemical Laboratory be International Chemical Laboratory. What I'm selling, knowledge. What is my market? The whole world. And we should license our patents even to the biggest multinationals in the world. And that was audacious. Audacious because in 39 years, NCL did not have a single US patent. And here I was saying that because I had trust and confidence in our fantastic scientists. And once we did that, the entire game changed. And actually in 92, we licensed 3 US patents to General Electric for close to $1 million. That was the first reverse transfer of technology. And that too in an area where they were leaders, by the way, in polycarbonate. So I narrated these kinds of incidents and say that is how we are now gearing up and all. So I remember, Dr. Kalam had tremendous qualities and one of them was humility. He said, Dr. Mashelkar, you talked to me about patent illiteracy. Do you know you are talking to a patent illiterate? How important are they for defense? So I said, sir, you can't patent a missile, but supposing you have developed a new sensor, a new system, you can. Then he called somebody, he had a typical say, hey, come here, listen to Mashelkar. Why I'm mentioning this to you is that those were the days when the greatest leaders of the country did not have it. It was the same thing with Dr. J.J. Irani of Tata Steel, for example. Once we were traveling, he asked me how important is the pharma, etc. I understand. And so all this awareness has come. And that awareness gave us a strength. But once again, like Dr. Prakash was mentioning earlier about China, I'll tell you how much we moved. CSR, which had hardly any patents, in year 2003, in PCT filings in Asia, they were ranked number 1, LG was number 2, Samsung was number 3, and Huawei from China was number 4. Today Huawei is number 1, not only within Asia but in the world, among all the corporates. So the essence is that we should not just walk, we should not just run, we just should not leapfrog. I use the word pole vault. I think there is a way of doing it, because what is our great strength is our Indian talent, actually, all right? And that Indian talent, you can now see, now that you talk about patents, etc., the way you have created awards, etc., how that incentivization is taking place. That's the second point I want to make. That is just about the importance of patent. Indian ideas, Indian IQ has to be made use of for creating wealth for India. Today I have multinational companies, 1,200 of them have set up their R&D centers because they value the Indian talent. And they are generating IP for them. Some of the companies are generating 1/3 of their IP. Nothing wrong in that. That's fine. But what I'm saying is that they are capable of generating that IP. Shouldn't our Indian industry be using that talent? Right? That's the, I think, deep thinking we need to give. The two other points I'll make, that as far as research is concerned, I'm very happy you are supporting it. But there is something important about research. I'm very happy that you are using originality. Originality is something which is original, which should be ahead of the rest of the world. Somebody had told me, in science only two people matter. Those who say the first word in science and those who say the last word in science. And when you say the first word in science and it's a great impact, you get Nobel Prize. All right? That is the only time you get that, because if it is a sort of a big impact like what we have seen. And we always lament the fact that India had only one Nobel Prize from an Indian doing work in India. I'm not talking about those who went to America. Why is that so? It is because the science that you do must make a big difference, so as to say. It has to be original, it has to be first time. Second fellow doesn't have a sort of a value. Now, we always comfort ourselves by saying that, look, India, US is so rich, you know, we are not rich, we are still poor, $2,000 GDP per capita, and we used to have $100 GDP per capita. Can we do something? So let me tell you something which is very, very important. After Nobel Prize, the highest honor is considered as Fellowship of Royal Society, FRS, okay? And in 360 years, there are only 3 engineering scientists who have won that. And you actually have the privilege of signing in the book in which Newton has signed, by the way. All right? आणि तशीच म्हणजे ती तशी शाही तसाच दौत टाक वगैरे आणि तुमच्याकडनं प्रॅक्टिस करून घेतात so that you don't sort of smile it. So in 360 years, only 3 engineering scientists, out of which 1 is no more. Now, all these 3 engineering scientists have done something where one FRS I had asked him, what is it that one has to do in order to become FRS? He said, we simply asked if that scientist was not born at all. Would word have changed a little, or word would have changed a little there? You know, this is the highest sort of criteria. So out of these 3 engineering scientists, 1 is no more, and there are only 2 engineering scientists in 360 years. You know the good news? Both those are present on the dais today. But that is not the point I'm trying to make. The point I'm trying to make is that Professor Sharma, I'm his student. When we're working, you know, a few thousand rupees of contingency, there's hardly anything. Can you imagine he has done some research on what is called as finding the interface area in liquid-liquid systems by using a chemical method. He was a pioneer. It was done in a beaker. So he always used to say it is not the power of budget that matters, it's the power of idea that matters. And he became a pioneer because he was the first one to demonstrate that. And then all of us are his students and grand students, I would say, because Anirudh Pandit is a grand student because it was Professor J.B. Joshi who was his student and he is his student. Can you just imagine? It was the same thing with me when I was in National Chemical Laboratory. I came back in 1976. India was a poor country. We did not have foreign exchange, you know. And to get an equipment would take 2 years and so on and so forth. Under those conditions, we did it. So I want to first tell my young friends that it is the power of ideas that matter. Creativity, jigyasa, as with Prakashji you said. You know, Einstein had said, creativity is the only thing that I have which makes me sort of develop, you know. I would like to end by giving because I just celebrated my 80th year. So in 80 years, I have learnt a lot, more by failing than by succeeding. So I'll just give you 5 Mashelkar mantras for the students to take home. I think the first mantra is aspirations are your possibilities. Keep them high. If you aim at Everest, at least you will reach Kanchenjunga. But if you aim at Kanchenjunga, you may not reach even Hanuman Tekdi. And if you aim at Hanuman Tekdi, you will be where you are. And one good thing I find in today's youth is the following. They have aspirations. I was talking to a group of young students, and I'm very proud of Indian higher education system, by the way. So I said, look, Satya Nadella, he became Microsoft CEO, then Sundar Pichai, Google and all that. You should become like that. One young fellow got up, he says, sir, you got it all wrong. I said, I thought I said something nice. So he said, no. In your generation, your only ambition was to go to US somehow. Next generation, go to US and get a job in a top company. The following generation, not only go to US, get a top job, but become CEO. Not our generation. We want to create our own Microsoft, our own Google here in India. And is it happening? Sir, you talked about unicorns. Unicorn is $1 billion market cap, by the way. Okay? Until 2016-17, we were having 1 unicorn per year. In 2021, we had 1 unicorn per week. Can we just imagine? Not exactly, as a scientist, I have to be right. We didn't have 52, we had 44. What is the change that has come? The digital access, for example, and so on and so forth. But there is a better news I will give you. I did an analysis. I thought they will all be coming from IITs, IIMs, and institutions like that, great institutions. No, 50% of them are coming from Tier 3 cities, Tier 2 cities. This is democratization of wealth. This is democratization of wealth. That means Amravati has a chance, Sangli has a chance, Satara has a chance, Khed Shivapur has a chance. All right? So this is the new generation that is coming up. That's the first thing about aspiration. Second is hard work. You know, nowadays, young generation, I want to emphasize, like instant coffee, there is no instant success. You have to work very hard. In my life, I'm 80 now. I've worked day after day, week after week, month after month, year after year, and I will do so till the last day of my life. The only suggestion I have for you is that work hard in silence. Let success make all the noise. You don't need it. The third point is innovation, compassion, and passion. Compassion, empathy is very important. And therefore, affordability. I'm very happy you are giving those scholarships to the poor people. You know, I wouldn't have been here standing before you if I didn't have 6 rupees scholarship from Tata's. I was about, despite standing 11th in 1,35,000 students in SSC, I was going to leave education to support my poor mother. but that 6 rupees made a difference. And that came from the compassion and the empathy the Tatas have had. And it is not corporate social responsibility, it is individual social responsibility, each one of us. That is what we are doing. The other point I would like to make, particularly for young people, is that you will keep on knocking on the doors. This is the fourth point. And they don't open, then you get frustrated. Don't do that. Create your own door. Now, what do you mean by create your own door? I'll give you an example. 1976, when I came back, as I said, first equipment would take 2 years because I was trained in rheology and non-Newtonian fluid mechanics. I said, all right, what is the equipment God has given me? This. I shifted my field to mathematical modeling and simulation, which requires only this. And within 5 years, I was able to get SS Bhatnagar Prize, which is the highest science prize you get less than. Now the important part is that supposing I was just waiting for that equipment, waiting for that door to open, I think I opened my own door. That's the fourth Mashelkar mantra. And this is all from my book of life, by the way. And the last one is, there is no limit to human imagination, there is no limit to human endurance, no limit to human achievement, accepting the limit you put on yourself. I remember Professor Sena Rao, he has been a great guru, Bharat Ratna. So each time I got some honor, I would call him. And he would say, not bad. then finally, after 3-4 incidents, I said, sir, what can I do so that you'll be impressed? And what he said, I want to live with you. He said, he calls me Ramesh, like Professor Sharma calls me Ramesh. Ramesh, you are climbing on a ladder of excellence, which is limitless. There is no limit. Accepting the limit that you put on yourself. So converting it in the other way, what does it mean? No matter what you achieve, what you have to say, my best is yet to come. And when should you do that? Every day morning. You may be 18, you may be 28, you may be 88. Every day in the morning, if you say, my best is yet to come, and today is the day it will come, and do it every day. And my best is yet to come, not just for myself, for the society, for my nation. And can you just imagine if 1.4 billion Indians do it every day? Where will India be? Right up there in the Committee of Nations. Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for teaching us your life lessons. My favorite being, aspirations are your possibilities. Next, we have with us Honorable Professor Dr. M.M. Sharma, who is a legend, a Dhyana Yogi, a Karma Yogi, a knowledge and action seeker par excellence, and considered as an institution in himself. He is one of the most respected alumni of the University of Mumbai, whose life's mission has been to serve the profession of chemical sciences, engineering, and technology. Teaching, research, and professional service have been his passion and has done yeoman service to industry and government on matters vital to the growth of science and technology, industry, education, and nation at large. The list of his awards and honors is endless and are the reflection of his professional standing. To name a few, he has been conferred with the honorary doctorates by 5 IITs, Millennium Man of the Chemical Industry, Lifetime Achievement Awards of the Indian National Academy of Engineering and Indian Institute of Chemical Engineers, Millennium Award of Indian Science Congress Association, civilian decorations of Padmavibhushan and Padmavibhushan by the President of India. His selfless and magnificent personality can be gauged by his quoted words. As a consultant to the chemical industry since the past 50 years, I know how to make money. However, the true joy for me comes out of the idea which is worked rather than the check I receive. It will be an honor for us to listen to him. I humbly request you, sir, to please address the gathering.
Thank you for this very elaborate note about me. Well, our chief guest, Shri Shrikant ji, an entrepreneur par excellence, a role model that what you can do in spite of all the limitations that he pointed out, that no health problem while he was an undergraduate student, because that time you are robust, and that all the problems he faced after that, whether it was A disease or B disease, and how he circumvented all of them. First of all, congratulations to all the award winners. Sharad and Hemant have done something truly exceptional. Do you know of any medical college or dental college in India which has awards of this kind? To best of my knowledge, none. Now, this is like forward looking. When he first talked to me, I said, if you are going to initiate research, I'll be with you. Why? If in teaching you only read the textbook, student is also reading the textbook, student will really beat you because the person is young, his perceptions are very sharp at that time. We are aging. You have to have a knowledge far above what you are delivering in the class, and that only research can do. So in an institution which doesn't have research, whether it is an engineering college or medical college, the quality of education undergoes a severe sufferance. So quality of education is critically dependent on research. We have an internationally accepted norm that economic growth of a country is linked to number of PhDs per million population. It's universally accepted. And we were championing the cause of more PhDs coming, and you might have noticed in the last 5 years, even IIMs are advertising for PhD program, which we never did before. So doing PhD research is of critical importance. I want to go back to some statement that was made earlier, that women are going away with so many awards. My hearty congratulations. And why they are so good? They see the growth of the teeth of their child far more than father. And therefore they know all the problems. And why dental health is so important? If you don't chew, don't eat, you will suffer. Other diseases will come in the wake of not able to have your nutrition, having your food properly, you only take liquid. So teeth is also a marvel in material science, what we call in chemical engineering the marvels of crystallization. The marvels of crystallization you see in your bone, in your teeth. How strong is that? What is the artificially manufactured material which is? Now you have ceramic teeth, you have, but there is still no match for the natural teeth that comes. Why? Because our process of crystallization is so elegant in human beings that you are. And animal world also. You can see how a camel is able to chew anything. Have you seen the teeth of a camel? So dental health is of exceptional importance. Where this college has come up, I must compliment. And 4 years ago when we came in, we have come today, I see a big change, very laudable change. And I congratulate Sharad and Hemant, what you people have accomplished. And awards that you are getting in the state competition. There are so many gold medals are coming to your students. Now, one or two pieces that I would like to share with you. If you really want your name to flourish for many, many years to come, I urge you to come out with some technique in whole dental health, which will be called Kalmegh Dental College Technique. That is the challenge you should accept. We accepted the challenge in ICT. There are many things which are called what has come out of ICT method, UDCT method. You are capable of doing that. You know, I keep on always saying self-reliance. I have a country way of saying that. Apna hat Jagannath. I repeat, apna hat Jagannath. If you trust yourself, you will achieve. The problem of hang-up of colonial time in India is we still feel diffident in spite of all the talent. And Ramesh, who gave a very eloquent speech, always says why it is that DNA of Indians gets expressed in Silicon Valley, not in India. What you need, not just money, ambience. Encourage people. So what I always say, academic institutions have spiritual freedom to try out crazy ideas. If you go to the history of innovations, inventions to start with, which get converted into innovations, you will find most of them were crazy individuals. They had, whether it was Karuthar who came out with, you take anyone, or you take liquid crystals, you take any idea, you take even vaccine. Now, unless you have this crazy idea and that patience to pursue it, you know this PET bottle, Wyeth in DuPont had 10,000 failures. He persisted. And today, 60 or 70 billion PET bottles are made in the world. What kind of innovation? So, you nurture an idea. Sometimes people have asked, what is research? It's like a walk in a blind alley to find out whether it is really blind. So, research is not, I think I'm going to make a statement which will sound funny, but it's true. Research is an unstructured activity. And when the management experts come and they ask this silly question, which I am deliberately using this word, can you guarantee the result? How can you guarantee the result which is an unknown area? I can guarantee a result in a known thing and you repeat. I say, I will give you so much money. Can you develop this technology which is known elsewhere in the world? Yes, it will be a legitimate. But if you are going to open up a new frontier and I give you the money, say, can you guarantee that you will come out with a new idea? These are the kinds of questions. Then what happens is the organizations become bigger and bigger. I have found a rule of thumb that anything more than 2,000 crore turnover, the management of that organization starts getting controlled by finance. Just like in Delhi, everything is controlled by finance ministry. You know, finance doesn't agree. You know, the rest of the fellows are become like kachara, you know. He says finance doesn't agree. So this becomes an impediment. And you keep on asking. What Ramesh said, I keep on saying this all the time. As a lifetime consultant, if you share an idea, and when you are confronted with things, has anybody done in the world? I get terribly annoyed. And I can't control myself at that time and tell that management. I said, is this the way you look at anything? Why don't you comment on the idea I am talking? You have freedom to comment on the idea, whether idea makes any sense, whether it will make money for you or not, rather than anybody else is doing in the world or not. We should get out of this mental. We are quite capable of doing many things. Have faith in us. Sharad, have faith in your students and your faculty. Challenge them to come out with new ideas. Don't worry about failures. Failures are harbingers of success. Nothing has succeeded in the world. All the major inventions, you will find these people have worked very hard and faced many failures in their life. Lastly, keep a note on serendipity. You are doing something, you find something uncommon compared to what you were pursuing. That may turn out to be far more important than the idea you are pursuing. Follow the serendipity. You know, Teflon was by serendipity. In the medical field, anesthesia was by serendipity. Anesthesia was not by structured activity. So, keep in mind that serendipity can change fortunes. And be observant, like how penicillin came. So, if you should be observant as a researcher. So, research, finally I want to say to the great powers, our great politicians, that if nothing else, research is also a cultural activity. Won't you agree that research is also a cultural activity? And research makes the day. I used to have this problem since I am in great company of my former collaborators. On Monday morning, they would wait for chits from me, ideas to be considered. And some of them have preserved those chits to my own surprise. And there must have been very large numbers because I'll keep on. And as a research is, it's 24/7. There's nothing like holiday. So those who are doing research, keep in mind if they are not already kept in mind. This 24/7, every day goes on and on. And my wife used to be surprised if I got up in middle. I always had pen and pencil, a ball pen and a pad next to my bed. अरे आप रात को क्यों उठ गए हो? मैंने कहा कुछ आइडिया है तो वो लिख दिया, कहीं भूल नहीं जाऊँ. That is what is research is. When you are obsessed and possessed, that is when research makes the day. So I urge you, faculty members and the prospective PhD students and master students, come out with ideas, because academia permits you to have even negative results which you can explain. So don't worry about failures. Pursue it, but there is no substitute, as others have said, no substitute for persistence and hard work, no matter how clever you are. So work hard. You see even industrialists who have succeeded, how hard they work. You see accomplished research scientists anywhere in the world, for them it is, every day is work day, because mind doesn't stop, no? So you may say you are on holiday, but the mind is working and the ideas are coming. Always keep piece of paper, and even today I keep piece of paper in my pocket and pen. And if something comes to my mind, I immediately write, because later on it may slip out of your mind and then you have to work hard. What is it that I thought of? So it's a great day. Just look, the house is still, it's 3 o'clock, house is still full. Lunch has been skipped so far. Not that you won't have lunch, but it has been an incredible day and very satisfying day. In the end, I want to compliment both Sharad and Hemant for having this kind of networking to get people from such diverse areas on the dais and in the audience. Congratulations to you and wish you a very bright future. I had the privilege of knowing Dadasaheb, because I was associated with LIT in several ways, so I knew Dadasaheb. So nice for me to remember him on his 90th birthday. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, sir. No one else but only you could have described teeth as marvels of crystallization. Henceforth, when somebody asks me what I do, I'm going to say I look after marvels of crystallization. Thank you so much, sir, for sharing your words of motivation.
गुजरता हुआ वक्त तो बस गुजर जाएगा. अगर वर्षों बाद भी कुछ साथ रह जाएगा तो वह होगा इस इंस्टीट्यूट में बिताया हुआ आज का यह दिन, यह उत्साह, यह प्रोत्साहन तथा आशीर्वाद जो सब अतिथिगणों ने हमें दिया है आज.
Gratitude sweetens even the smallest moments and is the gateway to abundance. With this, we would like to request Swarali Zode, General Secretary, Student Council, to propose the vote of thanks.
Good afternoon, one and all present here. As all good things come to an end, this program is about to conclude as well. I am Swarali Zode, the Student General Secretary for this academic session, and I am privileged to have been given this opportunity to propose the vote of thanks today. Today's event has been a magnificent mark of celebrating the most inventive ideas of several profound intellectuals all over the country and coming together to reward and recognize what they will be giving back to the society. The greatness of this day is adorned by the presence of these eminent personalities, and we are absolutely grateful to have received their intuitive wisdom. It is my absolute pleasure to thank our Honorable President, Shri Sharadji Kalmegh, Honorable Secretary, Shri Hemantji Kalmegh, and Management Committee for giving us this wonderful opportunity to conduct this auspicious ceremony. I would also like to thank our respected Dean, Dr. Deepak Nagpal Sir, for his constant support and guidance. I thank our wonderful faculty members who have supported us all throughout this journey. A heartfelt thanks to the audience, my colleagues, students, and all the non-teaching staff for gracing this occasion with their presence and their patient listening. An event of this dimension cannot happen overnight. The wheels start rolling days in advance. We have been fortunate enough to be backed by a team of dedicated students and volunteers. I cannot thank enough our technical team for working tirelessly behind the scenes. Finally, I'd like to say, research is what propels humanity forward, and this research is fueled by curiosity. After today, I hope that this seed of curiosity in all of us blooms in a wonderful tree that just gives and keeps growing taller and taller. Thank you very much, everyone.
With this, we come to an end of today's program. We thank each one of you for gracing this ceremony with your precious presence. We now request all of you to please proceed for the lunch. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen.